Fox 61 News at 10 starts now.
Right now at 10, following breaking news of an armed carjacking on UConn's campus. We'll tell you what we've learned so far tonight.
Also, a state representative killed by a wrong-way driver overnight. Find out how Quentin Williams is being remembered for his work and his compassion.
And a firefighter in one Connecticut city rescued while battling a fire. We'll hear about the team trained to do that exactly when a rescue is needed. But we start things off here at 10 o'clock on the Weather Watch, as we're expecting some rain and snow showers across Connecticut tomorrow. Good evening, I'm Ben Goldman.
And I'm Jen Bernstein. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. We want to get right over to Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank for a look at the forecast and, of course, the timing of it. Rachel.
Yeah, this is all going to get underway while we are sleeping tonight, and it will end late afternoon, so the evening commute, things should be dry. But we're expecting areas of rain and snow, depending on where you live. And like we see so many times here in Connecticut, elevation is going to play a major role. So I didn't want to leave you guys in suspense. Here's what we're thinking in terms of accumulation. There could be a coating to an inch or two of snow that ends up accumulating for Litchfield County and the higher elevations of northwestern Hartford County, and maybe northeastern Connecticut too as you head up in elevation. For areas like Windsor Locks and Enfield, there could be a coating in spots, but most of the roads should be okay. Same is true around Waterbury and for Wyndham as well. Temperatures are going to be borderline throughout this event. They're going to stay above freezing for most of the state, but where it's a little bit closer to freezing in the hills, again, that's where we think that accumulation could be able to stick a bit more readily. You'll see some showers off to the southwest of us and a disturbance that's heading our way. Right now, temperatures are in the upper 30s to low 40s for most of the state, but mid 40s for some along the Connecticut shoreline. But temperatures are starting to cool off. Between around 3 and 6 a.m., we'll start to see some more steady rain move in, and notice that rain-snow mix at 5:30 in the morning. I want to stop the clock here at 6:30. Most of the state is getting rain for the morning commute, and I want to stress that. The exception is in some of the higher elevations. However, we could see some additional areas mix in or change over to snow inland before the system moves out. We'll step you through it full forecast coming up.
Thank you, Rachel. We are following breaking news from UConn tonight, where there was an armed carjacking on campus this evening.
Yeah, Fox 61's Brent Harden is in the breaking news center. So, Brent, what have we learned from university officials so far?
Yeah, Jen, Ben, this is a scary thing. UConn officials tell us 2 men armed with handguns approached a vehicle parked near a residence hall on campus, demanded money, and then took off with the victim's vehicle. This happened around 5 this evening near the Hilltop Apartments on the UConn campus. It doesn't sound like anyone was hurt. That's, of course, a good thing. UConn police described the vehicle that was stolen as a gray Chevy SUV, and they are also looking for the suspect's vehicle, which is described as a gray BMW. Police say both the male suspects were wearing face coverings, so it was hard to get a description of them. If anyone saw what happened on campus or has any information about the carjacking that could help in this investigation, please call UConn police right away. In the Breaking News Center, Brent Harden. Jen, Ben, back to you.
All right, Brent, thank you very much. And new at 10, we have learned more about State Representative Quentin Williams, who was killed by a wrong-way driver overnight.
Tonight, local leaders remembering Q Williams, as he was known, sharing their memories with him and what made him so special. Fox 61's Gabby Molina spoke to some of those people tonight. She joined us live from Middletown with more. Gabby.
Ben and Jen, we're in Middletown tonight because this is Q Williams' hometown. He's a lifelong Middletown resident. It's a place that he cared very deeply for, and it's a place that he fought to make better. He is a proud graduate of the Middletown public school system, and this is also where he started his career in government.
We will never be the same, and there will never be another Q Williams.
The state of Connecticut is in mourning, shocked by the unexpected death of 39-year-old Quentin Q Williams, just hours after he was sworn into his 3rd term as state representative, a position he held proudly.
He was a person who genuinely wanted to help people. He was very authentic in his desire to serve his community.
Williams had just been named as chair of the Labor Committee and had previously served as chair of the Housing Committee, a pair of issues he was passionate about.
Housing was very important, affordable housing. He did a wonderful bill to make sure that towns over 25,000 people had a fair housing commission so that renters could be protected.
What he really wanted to do was to make a fair more equitable, more equal, affordable Connecticut.
Those who knew Williams say his own life experiences were a driving force in the change he wanted to create for the people of Connecticut.
He was unabashedly proud about his Blackness and stood in that, understanding that he could legislate and create policy and build power for communities who were marginalized.
He did meaningful work, but is also remembered as a genuinely good person, a reliable friend with a kind heart.
He was my really good friend. He was my legislative brother. I loved him like a mother loves a son, but I didn't feel maternal toward him.
And a larger-than-life personality.
He had a smile that lit up a room.
And this laugh that was so gregarious.
He had the best laugh of anybody I've ever met in my entire life.
It was really hard not to get emotional today talking to the people that knew him well and loved him, because they all said that to know him was to love him. So he will definitely be greatly missed. And there's going to be an opportunity for everyone to come together to remember Q Williams tomorrow night here on the Middletown Green at 7 p.m. Now, I did also ask those people who knew him what we can do to honor Q Williams. I'll have that answer coming up live at 11. Live in Middletown, Gabby Molina, Fox 61 News.
It was so sad and tragic. Gabby, we will see you at 11 o'clock. Thank you. Well, members of the Norwich Fire Department say that they're feeling thankful tonight after one of their firefighters got trapped inside of a burning house, but was luckily able to be pulled out. That fire happened at a home on Norwich Avenue last night. The department says one of the firefighters got separated from the group. He issued a mayday call when he realized that he was too disoriented to find his own way out. The Mohegan Fast Team, which specifically does rescues like this one, was called to the scene and brought that firefighter to safety.
Can't say it enough. This is a brotherhood. We all look out for each other. And being the incident commander and hearing that mayday, it's something you never want to experience.
The family living in the house was not home at the time. Investigators are looking into what caused that fire.
New Haven police have made a second arrest in a 2021 homicide. Police arrested 52-year-old Gerard Brown at his home in Waterbury yesterday after a lengthy standoff. Brown is facing charges in connection with the death of 26-year-old Carlos Gore Jr. He was shot in the neck on Platt Avenue back on December 16th in 2021. He later died from his injuries. Police also arrested 53-year-old Paul Burris last May in the same case.
And new at 10, a third candidate is running for the mayor of Hartford in this year's election. Arunan Arulumpalam announced his candidacy at the Parkville Market today. He's the CEO of Hartford Land Bank and ran for state treasurer in 2018. Arulumpalam is running as a Democrat and says that he believes he has the experience to lead the capital city.
We need a leader with a vision for the future of this city, and we need a leader who will love the people that they serve. I know that I have the experience to be ready to lead on day one.
Well, former state senator and Superior Court Judge Eric Coleman and City Council member Nick LeBron have also announced that they're running for mayor of Hartford on the Democratic side.
Well, Attorney General William Tong urging the Public Utilities Regulatory Authority to reject the request from Aquarian to raise its rates by 27% over the next 3 years. Tong says the request is excessive and unwarranted. In a statement, Tong saying in part, quote, Connecticut consumers, especially those on fixed or limited incomes, are simply unable to absorb any further increases in their cost of living. We reached out to Aquarian for a response. It says, quote, since this is still an active rate review, we will wait for the Public Utilities Regulatory Authority to issue a decision on our rate application.
A Bristol school bus hit a pole on Farmington Avenue today. It happened sometime after noon. Thankfully, Bristol police say that no kids on board suffered any serious injuries. We're still waiting on what caused that crash, and of course, we'll bring you any information when it becomes available.
COVID-19 remains at higher levels here in Connecticut tonight. Our state currently has a 17.36% test positivity rate. There have been an additional 47 hospitalizations and 33 deaths associated with COVID-19 over the last 7 days. This increase in COVID-19 cases is due in part to a new variant called XBB 1.5. The CDC says it's responsible for at least 40% of cases across the country.